Okay, so kind of like we've talked about earlier already, Jess, there's, I really just can't describe enough how much I'm here for you and how much this is really all about you and about your desires and about your capabilities and about your future and your desire to change. And so I want you to know that this is really your choice. I'm here to respect your autonomy and your decision, and you really are the one taking the lead here in therapy, and I want you to feel like that. So if there's ever anything that happens or anything that I ask about that you're like, this feels more of you doing everything and not me, then please let me know, because this really is for you and for your desires and for your future. So I know that we talked a little bit about earlier today about your relationship with alcohol. Would you mind telling me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I've been drinking since I was a teenager, and I mean, I'm an alcoholic, so it's just one of those things that it's just really difficult for me to do anything about it. I don't feel like I have any control. And I feel like it makes me a worse person and a worse mother. I feel like a terrible mother, and I guess it's just kind of taking over.
Wow, yeah, those are some really powerful emotions that you feel. And I hope that you allow me a little bit of liberty in kind of interpreting what you're saying, or what I'm hearing rather. But from what I'm hearing, it sounds like alcohol is something that is really a part of your life, and that you feel like maybe you can't be there as much for your children as you want to be, and maybe it can be difficult to feel like there's even a possibility of change or of improvement or of progression in any way, because you feel like it's such a part of who you are. Is that correct in what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think so. Uh-huh.
Wow. That would be really difficult to have those feelings and to try to live and to navigate with that difficult kind of self-perception that you're feeling right now. With all of that and with everything that you're going through, what about drinking alcohol is what's difficult for you?
Like, I love my kids and I want to be there. I want to be their mom, and I want to be able to sit down and play with them, or like listen when they need me to, or just be kind of there for them like I should be. But sometimes I just I'm not, and I just feel like I prioritize drinking over my kids, which I shouldn't do, and I know that, but it's just hard because they're so crazy sometimes, and like being a mom is hard and it's stressful, and there's other things that go on that it's just stressful, and so drinking just seems easier sometimes, and it seems like it lets me calm down.
Absolutely, and that's super important for you to be able to have that stress relief. It sounds like drinking has been something that's been really an effective source of kind of calming down and of peace in a life with 6 kids, you know? That sounds like it would be something that is, why would you want to change if it's something that has been so helpful for you in your life, you know? As you said something really interesting though that I want to tap into for a second. You talked about your relationship with your children and how you want to be able to be there for them and to be able to experience life and play with them and help them out with homework and all the other parts of that go along with being a good mom. Which I feel like, just for the record, I feel like you are. You're going to be able to do amazing things and bless your lives of your children. But let's think about and just kind of go through this thought exercise with me. It might seem a little weird, but kind of roll with it. So, if let's say you go to sleep tonight, right? And your alarm wakes you up in the morning, and you roll over, and you don't have any cravings at all for alcohol. And this miracle happened that you just don't have any desire to drink. What? Right? That would be amazing, right? What would your life look like, and how would things be different for you if you didn't drink? Like, how would you know that you no longer were drinking?
I think I would feel better waking up. Like, I would feel better in the morning, and I'd be able to get out of bed, and I wouldn't be as upset with my kids because I would probably have more energy and feel like I could actually play with them or get them ready for school or, do those kinds of things.
Yeah. So let's say that we go with that, right? You get up and you get your daughter ready for school, and you have a few moments, so you're going to play on the ground together and play blocks. How would that interaction with your daughter look?
I guess it would just be happier. It would be easier. So I wouldn't have a headache, and I'd be able to deal with her yelling and things like that a little bit easier. It wouldn't be as triggering, I guess.
Yeah, which would be super awesome, right? To be able to feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So with that, and with that desire, and with the fact that drinking is something that really is helpful for you, on the one hand, you have this huge stress relief, right? But on the other, you have this possibility of a future to be able to be attentive with your children and to be around and to hang out with and love them and to be the mom that you've always dreamed of being. But why would you want to change if that's something that's like so stress relieving for you?
I mean, I do want to be a better mom and a better wife. And I think that those things are more important than drinking. And I just think overall, just with, even with my other parts of my family and my friends and things, and people in my church and different things like that, I just think that I'd be able to interact better with them if I wasn't drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but drinking is so helpful.
Yeah. And sometimes it does feel like it is helping me, but it also feels like it's hurting all at once.
Yeah. Describe that hurt a little bit more for me.
I don't know, it's just that, it definitely feels like it hurts my relationships. I can't have the same quality of a relationship that I would if I weren't drinking. If I'm with someone and talking, sometimes all I can think is that I want to drink, or if I'm stressed about something or somebody's trying to tell me something that's stressful in their life, I just want to drink instead of be there and listen to them.
Yeah, because that's something that's been helpful for you. And so really you have this feeling of maybe I can't really listen as much, or I can't really be attentive to people in the way that I want to. And that seems like it's been a theme throughout this, with your children and with relationships with others around you. If you think right now, Jess, about your capability to change right now in this very moment, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think that would be?
I guess I would say a 4.
A 4? That's awesome. That's really amazing. There's a
know.
lot of people. No, it is, and you have to give yourself some credit for that, right? A 4 is amazing. That's halfway to perfect, right? That's really awesome. What made you say 4 instead of something like a 1?
There have been times when I haven't drink. Like,
Okay.
and I am a pretty determined person.
Yeah.
So.
So you have a lot of desire and a lot of capability and a lot of drive when you decide you want to do something. That's a super big strength. That's really awesome. And it sounds like too that this is something you've done in the past. So if it happened before, why can't it happen again, right? And when was that time that you said that you stopped drinking?
Well, I've been pregnant 6 times. So.
Okay, so during your pregnancies then? Okay,
Yeah, I didn't drink.
that's awesome. So if you've had 6 kids, right, if we think about the math on that, I'm not super great at math, but I'll try to. So 9 times 6, right, if you're pregnant around 9 months each, that's 54, right? That's like more than 4 years that you've been sober in your life.
Yeah, I guess it is.
If you think about it that way, like, that's amazing. That's like a huge chunk of since you've started drinking, that you've been sober. That's really amazing, and you need to give yourself some credit for that. That's super awesome that you've been able to do that. What sorts of skills helped you in that when you were quitting drinking?
I think that, like I said, just like my drive helped me because I knew that it was dangerous. But I also, like, my mom lives close to me and she was like a big help, but I just tried to kind of avoid like the people that I drink with or that make me feel like drinking or things
so
like
kind
that.
of setting some boundaries there and making sure that you're distanced from those people that are going to be detrimental in your life. So that's awesome. So it sounds like you have some skills that have worked in the past that could continue to help you right now. In addition to that, those skills, what sorts of support system do you have?
I mean, in my family, like my husband and my kids, I try not to involve them too much in this, but my parents live close and some of my other family does, and
Awesome.
good neighbors and good
That's
friends
great.
that live around us. So.
What sorts of things do they do that help you to realize that they're supporting you in this?
My husband he can tell when I'm being triggered, I feel like, and so he's good at like distracting me from that.
Yeah.
When he's around, and like my parents have just always been good to be helpful with my kids when they know that I need them to be.
That's amazing. Yeah, so your husband's there for you. And if we think about this and summarize it all together, right? You have some reasons you don't want to quit drinking, right? It's a stress relief, it's been helpful in the past, it's something that you feel is kind of a part of who you are. But on the other hand, you have all of these amazing things. You have amazing support systems, you have skills that you've used in the past that have helped you to quit drinking, and you have this promise of a future with your children to do that. And so if we look at this giant thing, we bring it back to right now, to here in this moment with you and I, what is the smallest change that you could make today?
I don't know. That's hard. I feel like I could not drink for like a week.
That's a huge thing. That's giant. And I fear with having such a big goal that maybe we should narrow it a little bit more, right? I totally believe that you cannot drink for a week, but I also want you to feel the success of being able to succeed with that. So, do you think that that would be like the smallest change, or what else do you think that you can change today?
I mean, I could not drink today.
Yeah, that's true, right? A day at a time. Is that something that you would want to try to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Well, I'm here to help you in any way to do that, and I want you to be able to feel that you can do that. So, really know that you are a wonderful mom and a wonderful person, and that you've told me here, just from my unbiased opinion, from what I'm hearing, that you have the capability and power in you to change and to do this, if that's something you want to do. I have no idea because it stopped, so I don't even know how long it was. I have no idea. I was just trying
No, it was 14, but
14?
there was some. Oh, did I end it?